Hey guys, how's it going today? I'm excited to bring you my March wrap-up. This will be the first ever wrap-up I've ever done, so I'm a little nervous about it, but let's do this. It'll be fun. I think first I'll start off with like manga graphic novels that I read. This was kind of a slow month for me, just off the top, because I was waiting on some arcs that were coming and some other packages that I have on the way. So I didn't read as much as I normally do or as much as I wanted to because I was just waiting and waiting and waiting, and I regret it fully. I should have just kept reading. That's in the past. We're starting a new month soon. I'm also going to do a TBR today. I'm going to film that, and we're going to get on this again. So I read the third and fourth Vizbig edition of Inuyasha, the graphic novel manga series. Each of these big editions have 3 mangas within them. So this is volumes 7, 8, and 9, and 10, 11, and 12. They're very big, chunky. The print's a little bit bigger too, in my opinion, and the art is fantastic. I cannot get over how amazing Rumiko Takahashi's work is. I feel like her work is getting better and better as these volumes are going. I have up to volume 8 in these editions, as you can see back there. As soon as I catch up, I'm going to buy the rest of them, but I've never read the entire series, so I'm really excited to continue these. I'm on volume 5 now, and I can't wait to see how the series actually ends, as opposed to like the weird anime ending and then the final act ending. I gave these 2 5 stars because they are fantastic. The art is getting better and better, and of course I already know the story thus far, except for like a bunch of the little side things that went on that weren't in the anime. So 5 stars each. Then I read The Life Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. Pekkanen? I don't know how you say that, I'm sorry. I found this book at a thrift store for only $2. Like, that is a steal. I love finding really great condition books at thrift stores for nothing. Originally it was $27, so I feel like that was a good deal. I was going to get it anyway, but the fact that I found it on sale was really awesome. This is a story about a ex-wife who has been divorced from her husband, and she can't really let it go. Like, she's obsessed with figuring out who the new woman is, and I don't want to spoil too much, but it turns out things aren't what you think they are, and people aren't who you think they are, and it's got a lot of abuse and physical, psychological, whatever abuse. So if you're sensitive to topics like that, I don't recommend this book, but I'm sure you can find a really good synopsis, maybe even the trigger warnings of this book online somewhere, and that'll help you out if you're interested in reading this, but you need to know those things. I love the cover. It's very, very pretty. I love the bright blue. I've never read anything by these authors, so I'm really excited to try out their next book that I think they had, The Anonymous Girl, if I'm not mistaken. I want to read that as well someday, so I really recommend it. I gave this one 4 stars because I really enjoyed it. There were only a couple little things that I would change, but overall I think they did a fantastic job, and I loved it. Highly recommend it. Next, I read The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. It was so good. Like, I've never read a romance, first of all. I want to let you guys know that straight off the top. Like, I've always had like a pre-notioned idea of what I would think of romances, along with the YAs. Like, I feel that way about a lot of YAs, but I've yet to read one in years. So I felt like they would be too cheesy, too fake, like unrealistic, annoying, and I don't like when romances have like a really buff, juicy, sexy guy on the front and a girl like all over him. Like, I don't like those covers. That body type does not appeal to me. I don't know if I'm weird or just, I don't know, but I don't like that cover. So when I saw this one and I heard it was really good and cute, and it didn't have that, and it's just got this nice little illustrative cover on the front, I was really interested in checking it out. There were only 2 copies left at our bookstore, and I bought it full price, which was about, it says $15 on the back, but I think I paid $17, tax and all, or something like that. Her name is Stella, and she has autism, or as it was back then, Asperger's. The actual author has that, and she's dealing with that, and it has really great representation of that from what I've researched about, and reading her notes at the back of the book were fantastic. I recommend that highly if you get this book. It's so wonderful to see her perspective and like how she dealt with things. It's just beautiful learning about the author, and I really enjoyed this, and I identified a lot with Stella and the author of the book. She meets this guy named Michael, who I think is wonderfully fabulous. He's a martial artist. I married a martial artist and I do martial arts myself. So it's really funny how I could identify with a lot of the terminology he was using. And she's a fan of like K-pop or Korean drama. She's a fan of Korean drama. That's what it is. And he looks like one of the stars that she likes. So he is a male escort and she hires him to teach her how to date, love, have relations, and it's definitely not for kids. I wouldn't recommend anyone under the age of 18 read this. It's very cute and steamy. I enjoyed it a lot. I think that if you've never read a romance like me and you check this out, you may really like it. I gave it 5 stars. I don't regret it at all. I've had a little while after I did it to think about it, and I don't regret 5 stars at all. I think I'm going to be reading anything this woman puts out because I think it's so fantastic, and I cannot wait for The Bride Test, which is coming out I think May 7th. It's her next book. She has like a few books planned out with her publisher, so I'm really excited to either pre-order or get those later on because I just want to support this kind of thing. I really loved it. Highly recommend if you're of age. All right, you guys, that's all that I read for this month. Like, I feel so inadequate because I know I want to read more and I could have read more, and I just got the ARCs yesterday, so this month's going to be a lot better. I have nothing holding me back, so I'm really excited about it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It's my first wrap up. I'm really excited, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I put out new videos every single week, at least most of the time, unless something's crazy's going on. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know what you think in the comments below about these books, and if you've read them, let's talk about them. I like to discuss books with you guys. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram, same name as my channel, chelsea.face. We'll continue the conversation there, guys. Bye!